this is a prime fleece. This is their bodies.
They have a great.
Yeah, this is just their bodies. It's not their legs or their neck or anything like that. It's just what we call the prime. It's the best of their fleece. So this is a young boy. This is his first full year's fleece ever. So their first full year is the best fleece they'll ever have. So the older they get, the more coarse it gets.
Ah.
So this is actually a 5-year-old. Now she was never as nice as him, but you can feel the difference in the age of those two.
This is fluffy.
It's very fluffy. And then this is a 10-day-old baby fleece. The babies are called a cria until they're 1 year old. So she was born 10 days before shearing. So she got shorn with everybody else. So I just wanted to illustrate how much they're born with. I mean, they come out packing a fleece.
I like the name for a teeny baby.
It's a really nice animal.
Super soft.
So here's to illustrate like their size difference between a llama and an alpaca. Their facial hair is much different. Llamas don't have, much facial hair, where the alpacas are really fluffy.
They kind of look a little bit sheepish, huh?
Yeah, and their ears are different. So even though this is a baby llama, it's harder to tell, but their ears grow like bananas. They kind of bend in. Alpacas are straight. And then this is what they look like when they're being shorn. Not a happy day on the farm, but it's necessary. It grows perpetually. They will die of heat stress if you don't get it off. And that's what they're for, is to get them
So
short.
they hold them down and shear them?
You have to hold them down. Because the shears will cut them open. You have to have
There's not like a harness gate or nothing that you walk into?
No, we have a pulley system. We strap their legs and we pull them down with the pulley.
Oh, okay.
It's real gentle. I mean, they still don't like it because they're being restrained, but you're doing it for their own safety.
Yep.
And our safety, because you can cut our own fingers off doing it. They start moving around and wrestling and stuff. But they are some happy alpacas when it's done. I can tell you that.
Yeah, they're probably a lot cooler and a lot lighter.
Yeah, big time. What do you want? We're gonna go in here first. We're gonna go this way first. Yeah, remember, don't touch them on the head. They don't like it.
Okay, these ones are not to touch, guys. We're just walking in. We're teaching the babies. Look, if the baby's not going to touch.
They'll come out with you.
Yep. I am. Hey, bud. Hello. Bree, don't chase the ducks.
No.
She's pretty. This one.
Oh, yeah, she's a big girl. Now, she's big for an alpaca. And this is her baby. So we bred her to a white male. And we got a white baby
touching.
with
Hands
a
to yourself.
brown,
Hands down to your
brown
side.
spot.
Huh.
No, hands to yourself.
And then he belongs to the gal that I think
Okay.
is going.
They can touch you if they
touch
want
you.
to. They're learning to be around humans. See?
Yep, let them rub on
See?
you, but no.
You want to do it, huh? Hey.
So they're super curious.
Yeah. They want to see what humans feel like, maybe.
They're petting us.
It's like ducks.
Look at him how he scratches.
They don't have hooves. They have pads on their feet like a dog.
Oh.
And 2 toenails for
Oh,
climbing the
almost-
rocky terrain in the Alto Plano where they're from. Y'all are doing a great job. Thank
Did you say that they had these there, Noza, when you were in Ecuador? Yeah. She just came back from Ecuador, actually.
Oh yeah, they're kind of all over South America now. They're almost in every country now. It's kind of crazy, and they're in every state in the U.S. So they've really spread them around now.
There's no sound.
Yeah, he's really cute. He has a cute face. He was tickling you?
So this one's a boy?
Yeah, little boy. He picks on her a good bit. He's definitely got that boy attitude.
You're going back in?
Yeah, they're like it's shady.
Cooler in there.
Yeah. So we'll go in with the boys, and you guys can actually pet them. Okay. Well, they are. They're communal poopers, so they pretty much will have like 3 or 4 piles in their area. They all go the same. It certainly does.
They're going to
Wish we could train humans to do that.
Okay, this one's for filming.
Well, hi there.
They're still big. They're still right there.
You're looking for a little mess.
Well, you want to look right in the camera. That's going to be a good shot, I think. You're going to be a GoPro hero. And how old is this?
He's 3 weeks old.
Oh, wow. They're big when they're born.
Yeah,
aren't
they are big. They're all legs
3
and
weeks
neck when they
old.
come out. She was 19 pounds when she came out.
And no problem birthing or anything?
I mean, sometimes you do, but these guys were fine. You know, the mom she's a big gal, but she's still only maybe 180 pounds. You know, 180 pounds having a 19-pound baby, there's no room for twins in there.
No.
So one is pretty much all they have. And they grow for a full year, so their gestation is 11 and a half to sometimes past a year. So, yep, they're quite big when they come out. And they're fluffy. They already have lots of fiber when they come out. So even though these guys are young, we sheared him, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. So he was only like a week old when we sheared him.
It doesn't take long for it to poop out.
No, Yeah, you have to get the fiber that they're born with off of them. Is it, it's like next to the umbilical fluid. It's just kind of got split ends or whatever. And everything sticks to it like Velcro. So all the hay and stuff. So then all that vegetation can ruin that first year's fleece, which is their best fleece they ever have. So you need to get that off so that first year's fleece is really nice.
Yeah, so it doesn't cake and get all matted.
Right, yeah. They get shorn unless we have like a winter baby, of course, then they don't get shorn. They won't have a full year's growth anyways.
Now you said the pads of their feet, they stay pads the whole time, or do they develop into hooves as
No,
they...
they're just pads. They're always
Okay.
little pads. We trim their toenails like every 6 to 8 weeks. Everybody gets a her health day, so we trim them just like you do a dog's toenail.
So there's no wild
not
ones
hard.
at all.
No, they're all shepherded. Now they look wild because they don't have as much fencing or barns like we do here. But there's a farmer that's taking care of them. They'll get herded up at least once a year to be shorn. They even herd up the wild vicuna, the protected species I was talking about. It's some of the most expensive fiber in the world. So it doesn't grow very fast. It's a real short staple. And then they have like an overcoat, so they have an undercoat and an overcoat. So they gather them up. They have this big fiesta, and even though they're wild, they gather them all up and shear them every 2 years.
How long have you been doing this?
This is year 19. A lot of fun. We love them. We have, we just sold 2 females, so we're down to 24.
Okay, how much do they cost typically?
It just depends on what you're looking for. If you just want some pets, you can get some pet males that, if you're not breeding to them, we just consider them pets. For, from 200 to 600, just depending. Not expensive really at all.
So people buy alpaca.
Let her come through.
The folks that that bought the females, they were actually breeding them, so they were a good bit more expensive. They're in the thousands, you know, like $3,400.
Yeah, probably because they can make more of them.
Yeah, because we sell them with the breeding,
Yeah.
and then they get my husband's help. He helps, you know, you figure out your pasture, and he builds barns, and so he helps people get started. So you get a lot more than just an alpaca.
Okay.
You know.
Do you have black one too? Black
Yeah, we have two really nice true blacks where they don't have really any white in their fleece or their blanket, which is rare.
Yeah.
They're down front. So the one black is the one that created Martini Man, which is the beautiful fleece that you guys felt.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, and you're gonna meet him. She doesn't look like much herself. She's really tiny, and I don't really like the way her face looks. You know, it's not real fuzzy. But man, does she lets the herd sire show through. So whoever we breed her to just becomes a beautiful animal that she produces. So sometimes it's deceiving, you know. Sometimes the not so good looking female will, or dam we call them, will create a very nice offspring. All right, well, let's go and see the boys. Okay. I go this way. Don't you go out, Missy. Come on, go.
Hurry up, Jill.
Go ahead, Thomas.
She's like, I just want food. That's all I care about. She's making the beeline.
They never kick like
They do.
mules, right? Yeah.
The boys, that's why I tell folks not to touch their butts. Because these boys will, a couple of them will throw a leg if you really annoy them. So just don't cut their butts.
Don't touch their butt. Don't touch their head. The neck is good.
Oh my God!
Settle down, guys.
What? Hi guys. Hello. Hello. Hey. Oh, they do feel soft.
They're all about the food.
Well, hello.
I need to shut out, baby. I'll bring the
Hello.
food out here. Come on, guys. So if you want to feed them, put your hands together, kind of like a bowl.
Come here, Gio. You want to feed them?
Make a bowl with your hands.
Make a bowl like this. Cup your hands.
Great.
And keep
Cup
your
your
fingers
hands,
together. Yep.
No, she's gonna put a little bit of food there. Okay. There you go.
Look for it in your hand.
Well, they love that
You're
stuff.
like, no, no, no.
Oh, they do love it.
Is it just pelletized grain or something?
It's formulated for
Yeah.
them.
Oh, great.
Break it out.
Yep, don't be dropping
We
it.
don't want them to eat off the ground either.
You don't want to waste
All right,
it.
you guys are done.
Hi.
Hi.
Is it cool?
You can reach out and touch their thigh.
Yeah, they're very soft.
Tell me they can kick. I'm gonna try to make sure I'm good.
What's up?
He especially will throw away.
Don't you can touch us. You dare not touch the front.
This one's so soft.
Yeah.
Don't touch his
Really
butt.
nice.
Don't touch his butt.
No, I was.
You got to pay attention. He'll kick me. I'm standing here and you're touching his butt. That's not good.
That's why I make sure kids are seeing.
Martini?
Hey,
That's Martini.
Martini.
feels comfortable.
Man, their claws are big too, ain't they?
Yeah, they're just
Pretty
they
good
don't-
size.
They have a pad underneath the whole length of it, so
Yeah,
it looks more formal.
It almost looks like a talon, like a.
Yeah, they don't use it like that.
Yeah.
All right, Bree, watch out.
It's just for climbing rocks.
Oh, super soft you are, buddy.
Oh, see?
Get away from the butt.
Yeah, he's got a bit of an attitude. 'Cause he was really sick in October, and so he had to get really aggressive.
See? Don't touch him on the butt. You did. He kicked me in the shin.
He
Ah.
doesn't like his butt touched at all. I I think because a lot of people have, and it just got so annoying to them. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, that works.
Yeah.
If I kick them.
Oh, they don't like that. See, they're learning. So they're smart critters.
They are
He
smart.
almost kicked me.
Yep. Don't stand behind them. That's what you learn from that. Don't
I've been kicked
stand
by a horse
behind their
somewhere.
My
kickers.
mom
Yeah,
just,
you know, it
my
stings if they
mom,
get you good, but it's still, I mean, I rarely
the
get
camel
a
just
bruise
kicked
or
my
anything.
mommy.
Yeah. They go, oh, yeah, horse will work.
You're so cute.
Broken bones.
You really are cute. You're a cute boy.
Here.
You pick.
All
Oh my
right,
God.
watch out. Stay clear. Brake. Go to the
Remember?
ground. Hold the lip. Don't have anything, guys.
Dad, you said they could touch us.
They can touch you if they want.
We have to be
My
stay
brother-in-law Yoshihiro, he's visiting from Japan here.
Oh, wow.
So
Cool.
it's an experience for him too.
I think they have a couple herds in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
We were kind of hoping that you were going to be able to do this because it was short notice.
The what?
We got an Airbnb only for a couple of days, so we saw it yesterday, and I'm like, they're probably not going to have time. But we were happy that you
Where are you
answered
guys
us.
staying, in Blairsville or Hiawassee?
Out by the lake, by the reservoir.
Okay, by
it's
the
a place
dam.
called 1300.
Highland Park.
It's like a new division up in there, I think.
I bet there's snow in you, Dad.
Is this your first time to the area?
Yeah. Yeah, we only wanted to meet with them because we only see our grandkids like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
And he's in the military down south of Atlanta at Warner.
Okay.
And so we kind of came from Wisconsin down and they came up.
Oh, gotcha.
They came from a closer amount because they get the kids out of school from NCAM. They're out of school today and tomorrow. So we figured we had to do something educational.
He's getting closer.
It's all right.
Justification, yeah. They're going to go back and say, we were with alpacas. And they're going to go,
Oh my God. I'm kicking it.
Since I'm the softest, but I'm the orneriest. Catch up.
Oh my God.
He is super soft.
Oh my God. How about get to
Here, when I
Grandma?
hold him, it reminds me of a blanket.
Well, you stay over here.
They usually
You
don't
too,
pick
Will.
unless you're touching them.
do they eat hay and stuff too? Just
Yeah,
like
they
horses
mostly.
and that?
That's mostly what they don't need this.
Yeah, that's a treat. for 'em.
It is.
That's how you distract them to get out. I see. Look, Nozzle, she's been collecting eggs today too.
Chicken.
Your chicken egg collection?
Yeah, that's not even a quarter of it.
Huh.
I probably get a dozen and a half a day.
Okay, guys, no touching, okay?
So we're gonna go here.
We're looking but without touching today.
Looking out. That's
Yep.
Keep your hands for yourself.
Lasso the Moon. So try your card in here if she takes one, so, because it's only purchases and donations. That's how they work.
So here's the two breeds of alpacas. This is what you guys got to meet today. The fluffy one is called a Wakaya. So the other breed is called a Surrey. Yeah, so their anatomy and physiology is exactly the same. So underneath their skin, it's the same, but their fibers for different purposes. So we don't have any Surreys, but I use their blocks in my artwork. So the Wakaya has crimp to it, kind of like a zipper, and it acts like a spring, so when you knit or crochet with it, it holds the shape of what you're making. Sheep's wool has crimp as well, but it also has what we call a high prickle factor. It kind of itches when you wear it. And then it has lanolin, which is kind of a natural grease, but some people are really allergic to it. So alpaca doesn't have it, so it's considered to be hyperallergenic. And then this is the Surrey, and it hangs down like a dreadlock. So it's a really heavy fleece, so this is better for weaving. This is better for knitting, crocheting.
What does this one do?
So once the fiber is, I'm going to answer the question in a second. Once the fiber is off the animal, I get rid of any vegetation, armpit hair, or anything I wouldn't want in my finished product. And I actually send it to the mill, and they take it, they wash it and dry it, and they send it through a machine like this. It's called a carder. So they have one that's as big as this table. This is what they used to use a long time ago. And you know, it combs the fiber.
Holy cow.
So that's what all these machines will do, is they just comb the fiber. So once it's all in one direction like that, if you sat here and twisted it like a spinning wheel, then it turns it basically into yarn. So that's,
Oh, we used to do that with the dog, and I just threw that stuff away. I could have been making fibers.
so what I get back from the mill is called roving. It's a big bag of this. It's just washed, dried, and combed fiber. So I am a felter. That's what I am as a fiber artist. That's what I teach here. So I take it, I dye it, and I lay it out and add other stuff to it, other fabricy things to it. And when you add soapy water to it and you rub it, the agitation makes the scales on the hairs knot together. They get locked together. So then that turns it into fabric. So that's wet felting. This is Nuno felting. This is wet felting as well, but it's where you do that on a loosely woven fabric like silk chiffon, and it weaves itself into the fabric. So there's no sewing. It just happens during the felting process to attach to it. So that's really cool, so you can keep it really light and airy.
If you wear it, does it ever come apart again?
No.
Or it's just naturally stuck together?
How would you wash it?
Dry clean or?
You just hand wash it.
Okay.
I don't like dry cleaning any natural fibers. It's too much chemical. And then the flowers over here, those are wet felted as well, but so you can sculpt when you wet felt depending on how you lay the fiber out and which direction you rub. So whatever direction you rub is the direction it shrinks. So you can, change the shape of things when you're felting, which is kind of cool. And then this is needle felting. So you have these little needles that have notches on them. And I took an old sweater as my canvas, and you lay out whatever color fiber you want. This is your paint, and this sews the fiber together.
Just poke it down in.
Just pokes it together. So I just have a little rice bag to keep my needle from breaking. So you can see it goes all the way through. So I'll take that bag off there in a second, but those are all hand painted with fiber and the needles. And then over here on my sewing machine, you'll see a herd of chipmunks.
Oh wow.
Those are sculpted with fiber.
Don't touch.
We take some wire, we make a skeleton out of them. It's a really fun class. And you wrap the fiber around the wire and you use those needles and it sculpts it all together. So a lot of fun things you can do with fiber that maybe you didn't know about. So, yeah. I'm also a glass bead artist. So that's my glass station, hot glass. And so I make all my jewelry and my glass beads and stuff. So you're welcome to look around. There's stuff everywhere. There's a whole room back here. Anything that you can make with sheep's wool, you can make with alpaca, but it's 4 times warmer, twice as light, and really soft. So
A picture.
Hey, we met these 3 guys when we parked.
That's worm, pumpkin butt, and lug
They're
nut.
pictures.
No touchy, but it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, look at this. They're pictures. I saw this bird.
You saw that bird?
And they're almost look like pictures. This one.
That's all with fiber. With alpaca fiber.
I don't know. Oh, that's so cute.
Be careful, it's glass. Pretty though, huh? I like he's holding a nut in his mouth.
This works. It does.
I love you too.
This is silk and alpaca. Isn't that nice?
Keep your feet warm.
Well,
You
what
want?
one is better?
Just a treat. They don't need it to
I'm too
thrive.
scared.
It's just grass and hay. That's all
I
they
see.
need.
Raise your voice.
Yeah.
Nice and calm voice.
So that's got like vitamins and things in it for them? Is that, you said it's
This?
formulated, yeah.
No, it's just formulated for an alpaca. It's not going to hurt them, but it doesn't necessarily.
Oh, it's
they
not
don't
like
need
that.
it to
Okay.
thrive. We do have a free choice mineral that has stuff in it that they need, so that's always available for them.
When they are eating, they
We don't have enough selenium in our soil
I'm
here.
hoping to come out the middle.
They're pretty easy keepers. I mean,
Yeah, they're
beyond trimming their
nice.
toenails every 8 weeks, and you have to shear them. You can't get around not shearing them. But other than that, they're really hardy animals. They don't test fencing. They're not trying to get out. Now, if you leave the gate open,
Yeah. They're like
they're
curious.
curious enough that
Hey,
they'll
I wonder
go
what's
out
on
and
the
they'll be
other
like,
side.
oh, well, now what do I do? You know, so
That is crazy.
So how many total do you have?
24 now.
24. So shearing day is quite a long day, huh?
Yeah, and then we shear for our customers.
When it
quite a
goes,
few
he's
of them.
eating
So
grass.
I'm usually shearing at least for 4 other farms as well.
In the local area?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Just till they get started and find another shear.
So
because I
they're
don't
doing
like
it as a business to raise this
It's not easy.
fur, this fleece,
Everybody does it for their
and they
own.
sell. There's a buyer that buys this
Not-
from you.
there's not really enough alpacas to supply like a fashion house or anything like that. So to try to bale it here for that purpose
Okay.
doesn't really work. So it's very cottage industry oriented. So like I am a full-time fiber artist. This is what I do. I use
so you're using
every
it to
bit
make
of
your
their
art.
fiber. Yeah. I teach classes
Wait,
here,
please,
and then I
Poppy.
go to juried art shows, and then we have the store upstairs. You know, after 19 years, a lot of folks know we're here, and they'll come here to do their Christmas shopping. It's a really unique experience or whatever. So, yeah. So that's what we do. You know. But so everybody that has alpacas has their own thing. You know, some people are weavers, some people like to spin, some people like the breeding part and they just show them and breed them and try to sell them. It just really is, but you have to find that niche. It's not like you buy alpacas.
It's like a dog, like she's
Yeah, I think he thinks it's a fly or something.
So when, like, my wife, she bought a shawl kind of garment
made
from
my
when she was in
pet
Ecuador.
They say
Of
alpaca, but I think
But
it's llama.
Yeah, they say
It's
it's
really-
when it's
Yeah.
real coarse.
It's a different fiber
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. It's not that
Yeah,
soft.
there's a huge difference. There's some nice stuff that comes out of like Peru, alpaca, but you have to know where to buy it and who to buy it from because they'll sell you anything.
Yeah, it's just a tourist.
Yeah,
It's
even
exactly
to
right.
the
They believe it. They don't know the
Unfortunately,
difference.
they've given themselves kind of a reputation in that regard because some people will buy alpaca down there and they're like, well, it really wasn't that soft. I'm like, well, you didn't buy the right kind of alpaca because it is exquisitely soft.
Yeah.
I wear alpaca socks every day. I love them. I think they're the best socks.
Oh
They're
yeah.
so soft. They feel like you're wearing a slipper, but they're light, so you don't feel all that heaviness to them like a sheep's sock or whatever. And then they whisk moisture away. So
Cool.
they're great. Best.
Very cool.
Well, y'all want to come to the studio and see
Yep.
what I make with the fiber?
Definitely
Learn
do.
A little bit about it.